Yeah, there's a few that I could tell, but there's a few I can't. So, as usual.
Would you run with the bikies down in Adelaide or what?
No. Oh. But fuck me, man. Some of these drives, bro, they're just like, we were putting in the maps. I think I sent a screenshot through. It's like drive straight for 1,100K. So
I think it was 1,370K.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fucking skits, man. Bro, one thing I do want to bring up, we were driving from Hunter Valley to Adelaide, which was a 1,500K trip. We would have been.
Hang on, let me ask you this. Did you just cut across, you didn't go down to Melbourne then across the lake, you just cut across straight from Sydney sort of thing?
Yeah. So we drove down the coast, like past Sydney, and then, cut through, cut west.
Yeah.
Sort of southwest.
So you didn't even touch Victoria?
No. We went through Victoria, but cut sort of direct line to Adelaide. Man, we were driving for hours and hours. It's just fucking, just dead fucking barren Australian land. And get to this town called Tulibuck. One of the nicest fucking... This is a town with a population of 500 people in it.
Wow. We're talking like Baralaba.
Bro.
Thierry, brother.
Yeah, get to this... It's called Country Club Tulibuck or something. This venue, that's swear on my life, I've got fucking videos and photos of it. Could have held its own in Melbourne CBD,
Fuck
Sydney.
Off.
Bro, automatic doors, all glass, like full rendered, out the back, big beer garden, pizza oven, like wood fire pizza oven. Green, emerald green felt bar stools, like round.
So proper like flash shit.
Bro. And I walked in, I was like, what? Meanwhile, we hadn't seen anything for like 4 hours. Like we just get to this like little town. Walked in, I'm going, what the fuck is this place? I'm talking to this chick that works the bar, and I was like, oh, can we grab 2 Voddy Lime sodas? She's like, oh, I've only got Grey Goose. And I'm like, yeah, righto. They're $15 a pop. And I'm like, yeah, sweet, whatever. I was how many people live in this town? She's like, oh, 500. I'm like, why do you have such like a flash establishment? And she's just like, oh, I don't know, the owner, like, fucking rah. No.
Now, I may be wrong, but have you guys been down to Emu Park Bowls Club recently?
Nah.
Because it is similar, not obviously that level, but it is similar spec, and they get grants from the government to, like, do up these venues. Because there's nothing better than going 400K, not seeing a fucking single soul.
Emu Park's, like, there's civilization around it. We're driving through, like, cunts drove in their cattle. Like, there was a strip there we drove for 5K. There would have been 5,000 head of cattle cruising over the highway.
And there's one guy at the back on a quad.
A ringer, and he's just going, hey, mate. I'm like, get your fucking cows off.
Come to the local.
Yeah, and you're going,
green velvet chairs.
Yeah.
Bro.
I saw that snap. You're like, do your fucking job, cunt. I'm like, he's doing his fucking job, cunt. He's in the back of the herd.
But, it was actually sick just to see that side of the country. So, we always talk about we go north and, as far as south it goes, Melbourne or Sydney to go west, it was actually cool to see. Sun setting at like fucking 8:30 at night, like overseas and shit.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Done your big run as well.
Yeah.
Across the Malabor.
Ned Brockman's a fraud. I did it in fucking
clip it.
I did it in steel caps, cunt.
Jack Howarth on podcast where he thinks Ned Brockman's a fraud.
Beep that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ned. But speaking of Melbourne, big guest here tonight for the Nice Sports Potty.
What would it be, 97?
98.
98. Holy fuck. So nearly the Senny.
Almost
been good, yeah.
Almost hit the Senny, bro. That would have been elite.
And we're nowhere closer to what we're doing for the 100.
Yeah.
But Jack Chicken Howarth, thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, boy.
No, I'm glad to be here. I remember Braith last year asked me to jump on, but I played one game, so I didn't really want to jump on a podcast and start talking.
I'm a fucking sick cat. I played NRL, bro.
Who's this 6'3" fucking dime piece they got on the pod? Hope he stays
Looks like
on.
the new Copper and Rocky, that big fucking
Oh, bro, isn't he huge?
Fuck.
Nah, shout out, Braith. Thanks very much, mate, for always thinking of us. You're a big supporter of the podcast and the live streams, obviously financially and emotionally.
Appreciate that.
Shout out, Braith.
Bro, back in the hometown, bit of off-season stuff. So is this your usual ritual coming back home?
Yeah, I usually go and do something with my missus like early on in the off season, and then I usually just try to spend, because my family don't really come down to Melbourne. They're very country, so it's like a bit of a big deal. My old man come down for one game last year. It was the grand final.
Good to see he supports you, bro.
Yeah, and I was wigging out more about him
Yeah,
being
the actual grand
than
final.
the game.
Okay.
I was obviously stressed about the game, but like I was worried about. I was like, oh, how's he going to get around? Showed up in Kubra, one of my training shirts, and I saw him in the crowd. He just put his hat up, and I was gone. There
he is.
Well, that's like the biggest tip you can fucking get. Hat off for the old
He
man.
was
Yeah,
hat off,
Kubra,
he just did that. Didn't even say anything to
you
him.
went, I've got to fucking score a try here.
Yeah, he was more blind than anything. So.
Which, speaking of scoring a try, did you score that try or nah?
Oh, initially, like, I've got up and turned to the boys. I've gone, oh.
I fucking scored
Because
that.
in the moment, man, those things happen so quick,
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing. Like, you look at all the angles. Like, some show that it's down, and then others don't. It's a big call, and obviously they got enough evidence to overturn it. But
Don't worry, mate. We were all at Asco's going, he fucking absolutely scored that try.
Don't worry, I got about 1,000 DMs saying you messed my multi up.
Oh, no way, really.
I wasn't one of them, bro. No offense to you, but I didn't think you got it down.
We did.
No, that's not a shot
Intern
at
and
you,
myself, we were 100% behind the Howarth train going, chickens just fucking
But yeah, turns out I was correct in the end. You didn't get the ball down.
Thanks, mate. Yeah. You were correct, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, no. But yeah, man, it was fucking close. But the other one, man, the Taruva try, like when you go watch that back where he dives and they see and he sort of fucking turns over. It's like, did the ball clip the line or that was a bit fucking.
Yeah, I think just initially when you see like the motion he had, like he was over the line, like no bodies in front of him.
That's what I mean. It's almost like they didn't even
They
think
check it
about
because they go, no one's there. He's got to try.
Yeah, he's almost diving over untouched.
Yeah, and they
then,
might have seen at some point the ball hitting the ground. So it's just like, it may not look like it, but...
And then when you go back and analyse the game, you go...
like, hold up.
I don't know if he actually fucking did touch the ground there.
Do you guys actually do video after a grand final performance, or it's just like...
Or is it like season's done and done?
Yeah, it's like there's this chat in the sheds after, and it's just you sort of go part ways from there as a team.
I think we'll review it when we get back. I don't know, because it's my first time being a part of it.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
First year, I mean, you started 2023, but first year, boom, grand final.
Yeah, it was an unreal... Like,
And
at the start of the year, I was playing Cup. I was playing Q Cup for half the year, and like, I did not see myself, especially with the people in front of me. Like, the club still had Remus and Juzzy there.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not thinking, I'm going to take their spots. So because initially I started playing front row and back row because they said that there was a spot on the bench.
Yeah.
So I've been like, okay.
Sort of Torren Wishart sort of style.
Like, so I'll try play whatever you want me to do.
Fucking oath.
And then it just got to a point where they were low in centres, and I had a few conversations with them, and then ended up playing there in Cup, and then I just got a shot midway through the season, and I was just lucky that I took my opportunity when I got it, because it was pretty make or break for me.
Took it by the fucking reins and went, let's fucking see what I can do. Yeah.
What is your true position, bro? Like coming through as like a young fella and then sort of transitioning into like senior grades and NRL now. Like, did you have one true position, or did you always float around?
Well, when I first went down to the club, I started off in the centres, but like through school, like it's so different. Like it was a big shock to me, because one thing that the club's really big on is their defence, and like naturally I was good at attacking, but I didn't understand like defending as a centre. You and the winger are like what people see. You're the last two people on the end of the line.
It's almost the most important defensive position
it is,
in
because
NRL team.
You make the decision.
You make the decision.
Yeah,
do we go to the wing or do we cut him
you
in?
You can either jam or you have to check a lead and then be able to get out, which is like a really hard skill to like learn.
And it's a lot of pressure.
And I didn't learn that, because I tried to rely on
attack.
Natural attack and all that. And then it just got to a point where like this year was pretty much make or break for me, and I did a lot of work in the pre-season with one of our defence coaches, and like I made my defence my priority.
Yeah.
And that was the conversations I had, was attack's fine. It's just
I need to get this defence down pat.
I just need to be able to read
I need to be
defence.
Stephen Crichton level.
And that's he's the way he defends, he's like the pinnacle of a center. Like,
Correct.
yeah, he's
goal.
unreal. And then, yeah, it was just for me. It was just making sure I understood their system because we have a very structured system. And obviously, you can go out of it. You back your instincts, but Craig, like, he's a very like obviously what he's done, like. The proof's in the pudding. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
his system works.
Yeah,
so
exactly
I had to
right.
adapt to that and learn that. And like at the moment, like I'm loving center at the moment.
Fuck yeah.
So do you see now you've been put in that position and like that opportunity's open up, especially at Storm, like do you want to stick with that or do you have
100%?
Yeah.
You don't want to do a Zachy Lomax and be like, oh, I want to play fucking.
Well, I don't think I could afford it.
No.
Put me under a high ball, I crumble.
Yeah.
Selling yourself short there, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, but how is that? Do you ever sit back now, man, just even being from this sort of region and even going down to even like Brizzy sort of spec, man, BBC, and do you ever sit back now and go, fuck, bro,
I didn't mean BBC Brisbane, I meant
Brendan's. Sorry,
I
yeah,
fucked up there.
Brendan's, yeah. But like sitting back now, going, bro, I just played half the year for the Storm, like starting, fucking played the grand final, was one of the most controversial talking points of the grand final. Do you sit back now going, these boys, and is that sort of, do you get spun out about that?
The whole thing was surreal to me, like, especially when I started getting picked each week. Because when I started off, I was off the bench and I was getting like the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
And like I was still stoked about that. But then when I was like, because you stress when you're going in each week, you're like, am I getting picked? Like, what am I doing this week? And like sometimes you don't find out till the day before. And then when I started like in the meetings, just things change. Like they're making sure you're doing this, and then like if you're doing something right. When you start getting in that environment, it's just like it makes you want to be better,
thrive.
And like for this year, like I know that spot's still not my spot.
Yeah, you don't have a mortgage on the jersey.
Exactly. Exactly. So
not
like that
Cleary,
just makes me. That's in the back of my head. So I make sure I'm doing all the right things. So when I go back there, I've got my best foot forward, and and obviously I enjoy my time off.
Yeah,
like I love
100%.
Coming back here and seeing all my mates, and like I'm not big on traveling because I genuinely love coming back to like.
We were talking about it today. I'm going for a little flick down at fucking Farnborough, going down to the Crab Shack at Gladstone tomorrow.
Catch a few salmon.
Yeah, you're not going to Bali. You're not going honestly, to fucking Europe or whatever. You just
genuinely get excited about doing all that before traveling. Yeah, like I'll start traveling at some point, but like at the moment, I'm coming back seeing my folks. Yeah, and like catching up with all my mates. Like I get
just having that little breather. Like, just
and like you don't wake up every morning going, oh.
Fuck!
Who we got this week?
Stressing, yeah.
Like like you said before, I got to be putting my best foot forward. Like I've got, like you said, I'm not secure in that position. I need to be doing everything right. I need to be hitting all the T's, dotting all the I's, like just fucking going full tilt. Come back, season off, just fucking.
And that's the biggest thing. Again next year, especially even within our like group, the players, they hold everyone accountable. Like this year, I lived with Harry Grant last year and Tyron Wishart. And like that changed my whole perspective on how I should like behave,
perceive the game.
Just open my eyes to like because you're living with a professional,
and that's the key word there, professional. Like we've gone through a very transitionary period here from like the 2000s to 2024. Like the game in the last 10 years has become so professional. It's sort of gone away from that whole old boys get on the piss all the time, and it's just like we just fucking rock up and do it. It's more like. This is a job.
You can't do that anymore because the game's changed so much. It's so fast. Yeah. Like the game's being shaped into whoever's the fittest. Like you look at players like Dylan Edwards. He's not a big player, but he's that fit and just got that competitiveness. Like you need to have that nowadays compared to maybe back then when they could enjoy themselves a bit more.
Having a beer at fucking half time. I mean, that wasn't in the 2000s, but I mean, we watched
going back to the 80s, brother.
Yeah, we watched the Willie Mason podcast a lot, and like, you know, he talks about like they were rocking up to training from like 4 a.m. from the clubs, like, you know, like that sort of thing. And like, it was a bit like, it was more about like, I'm tough because like I can rock up from that. Yeah. But it's now that it's gotten down to the smallest percentages that like you can't afford to do that because you're going to be that little percent behind and that costs you your spot.
Some people can do that. Like it's just their nature. But
I was just
don't
about
know
to say
how they do that.
Dennis Rodman's, Willie Mason's.
Doesn't Munster still do that or?
Nah, man. Honestly, he's changed. Like,
bro.
The way he presents himself and the way he gets around the club.
Well, because he's older now. He's what? 32?
No, for sure, man.
And he stepped up into a leader at our club.
For sure, bro.
Not many people might have thought that a couple of years ago, but
I have seen him talk to the media, seen him talk to like the boys and stuff, especially on the field. We've talked about it multiple times.
But even the way he speaks in the media now, man, like we all know him sort of personally. I used to work with him years back, and it was funny, man, when he first got the contract with the Storm, and Lowy was doing the lowdown in our office, bro, out the back of this little sports store that we used to. And Lowy goes, "Yep," and Munster just signed with the Melbourne Storm, like leaked the fucking news before anyone had even any of the big fucking buzz or Danny Weiler or whatever. And Munster's going, "Oh, you fuckhead!" Like,
Taking
Still
made it on. Lowy loves to let us know that that clip's got 5 million views. You boys don't have nothing on me.
It only had 5 for about 2 years, views, and then someone found it online again.
But it's funny from then, man. Me and our old boss, shout out Danny Stevens. Even Munster from what he was like back when he was Rocky Boy. Going away, we'd be like, "Oh, how long do you reckon Munster's going to last before he fucking gets in an incident down there or something? 6 months he'll be back here working with us or whatever." But man,
playing Capras.
Even from back then, every single time he'd come home, just his whole, just the way he interacted with people, had time for everyone, man, was like, when he was no one, he was like a smart ass or just a fucking
always
cheeky
hilarious.
But and the more sort of fame he got, he's like fucking one of the pillars of that NRL, man. Like he's like one of the faces
top 5
of the
easy.
sport.
Yeah.
sure.
He's top 5.
And now he comes back and he's just so, he's got time for photos with everyone, and he's just like well put together, and the way he speaks in the media, and it's just credit to him, man. And like you were saying, obviously I was just having a crack at him, but it's crazy to see him go from that when he had nothing, and now that he's got everything, and he's just like completely changed.
And like you see a lot of people when they get to that, they've got everything. The way he come back from like what happened, like not many people can do that, and like he genuinely changed as a person.
100%.
Exactly, man.
You had to.
Yeah. And like you look at people who've tried to do that, like they haven't succeeded. It's not an easy job.
It is fucking one of the hardest things to be at the top of your top.
And especially because you got so much, everyone's looking at you, got so much pressure. It's so easy just to crumble.
Fuck yeah, man.
And that's something we talk about pretty much every week on this podcast. Is like we love to journo the journos. Like I know fucking 360 in that, like, even in the middle of the year, they're giving Lockie Galvin a hard time. Like, "Oh, yeah, Braith, I heard that in, the sheds he's telling everyone he's going to leave the Tigers. And where's that going to leave the club?" And, all that sort of stuff. So, like, is that something they give you? Because I know Willie does it at the Bulldogs. Like, he sort of coaches a few of those blokes like Jerome and all those other personalities that the game so craves. But then, like, as soon as they do something that's like, against the fucking
grain,
it's all like, they're in the media for like 3 weeks. Does like the Storm ever give you like sort of not media training, but like help through that? Because like it is such a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah. Each time we have an interview, we have a person who works at our club, and they give us points to say, like, if they ask you this, just try avoid it and just say, we're focusing on this week.
Yeah.
It's just avoiding the question with like another question.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know if all clubs do that, but like, especially with people who haven't had much media exposure, it's easy to get caught. Like,
and
I've got like, there's a few times when I first started off talking, you literally think of something you want to say, and then you just go on an absolute tangent.
And you're like,
start ratting people.
This is going to everyone.
And you're just like, oh shit, what have I done? But we get told topics like just to try avoid, like, because obviously me to try get.
And the journos are worse.
Yeah, and
they try and trip you up, which I fucking hate.
Yeah, literally, and like they'll stir the pot to the point where like you comment on one of their opinions, and then like they get the headline out of it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Which I
They get
really
what
don't
they
like.
wanted,
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
sports journalism should just be about the sport, but they love the drama and the theatre that's, you know, involved in the off field, and they'll try and trip you up, you know, which I fucking hate.
you just see some headlines like no one would care about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they talk about people painting their nails. Like who cares?
I know.
Who gives a fuck?
yeah, like that's not a topic. Like,
No. But they've got to
Slow
have a
news
job.
week,
and-
we say. If it's a slow news week, they'll like, let's go right into the trenches and pick up something that's not even a story, hey?
Something I wanted to ask you about, just going off Munster, and don't kill me, money, but like, you know, back when he was coming up through, you know, like no one thought that he was going to be an NRL superstar that he is. Like he was an average footballer, went away, fucking just, you know, got committed to the game, fucking got fucking unbelievably good at it, and is now top 5, one of the players of the NRL currently. You played union during high school.
yeah.
Did you like? When did the were you playing league at the same time? When did that
I played-
transition to league sort of?
I just grew up playing league.
Yeah.
Played union.
Playing both.
Yeah, I played union when league wasn't on.
Yep.
And like I made a few rep sides and I was playing in Brizzy, and then it's so weird. A rowing scout was speaking to someone from Grammar asking about me. So I got down there on a rowing scholarship and like half rowing, half rugby.
Yeah, right.
Ended up blowing the
Looks
rock.
like
Because yeah, I was going to say, you got that hype, brother. Yeah,
I did
that
one
would have
rowing
been.
session. They put me in a single boat.
How was your balance?
I capsized like 3 times.
Yeah, I capsized for about the first 6 months.
in the Brizzy
yeah.
River.
Yeah.
And I'm wigging out. And
Holy sharks are coming.
as soon as I've hopped out of there, I've walked into the bus and I've said to myself, I'm not ever doing that
Ever doing
again.
that again, yeah.
That kicked up a storm at the school. And
Because they're going, we got you here on
Yeah.
this one.
They signed you on both.
yeah, and I was
What do
just,
you mean you're not doing that
do you
again?
mean you're not doing it
We've got a
again?
contract here, bud.
and I was just lucky that I did well in union because
Yeah.
then like I grew. So my union coach, he's actually my manager.
Yeah,
So
right.
like he's like a family friend. Like,
Oh, nice.
So I spent 3 years with him in at the school, and then it just got to a point where he's like, "Oh, do you want me to look after you?" And so he doesn't look after a big group of players; he just looks after me and
Ideal.
yeah, and I think another player, and yeah, he got me on my last deal, like, and he calls me every week, being like, and he's so hard. He'd be like, "How many carries you have?" And I'm like, "Oh, I had 12." And he goes, "Why don't you get 15?"
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Did you not see me?"
Yeah, mate, I was hanging my ass
Yeah,
out. I was
yeah.
fucking going for gold.
But he keeps me like accountable, and he's just like.
Did he ring you after the grand final and say, "Cunt, why didn't you score
I
that
didn't pick
fucking
up.
try?" Yeah,
I didn't pick up any of his phone calls.
I had a multi. I had a multi.
I actually, yeah, I didn't return any calls
No.
after that game.
How was that in the sheds, bro? Like, obviously, some of those boys have been there and done that before, so that they might have took it way harder. But obviously, that was new to you.
Yeah, it's pretty numbing, eh? Like,
Yeah.
the build-up is so different to any other game. Like, you going out and doing all these media things, and then it's crazy how quick it ends. Like, when we finished the game, like, you didn't win. You didn't get your result that the whole year you're chasing, that
You are
feeling.
just fucking.
Yeah.
And then it just ends like that, and then it's just like, what now?
So we're back to square
yeah,
one sort of
Yeah.
thing.
You kind of lost a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
We were talking about it when we watched the grand final because we obviously, I mean, there's 3 in the fucking grand final team from Rocky, Harry Grant, Munster, you.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all sort of like, we were just asking ourselves, like, what would you guys sort of be doing? I know there would be not celebration, but it's like, I don't even know, man. Like,
we
it
didn't
just,
celebrate, but like we just all come together
yeah.
and like you just reflect on the year. Like Munster was out for a long period of the year, and we had players like Wishy who come through and like
Oh, and killed it.
yeah,
Just
you
next
get to
man
see-
up.
Yeah,
Unreal.
and
Yeah.
that's the thing. You get to see what they're capable of, and like you reflect on the year. We had such a young squad. That's such a positive to take away because going into the next couple of years, depending on what the club wants, like it's exciting. And like you look at other clubs and they're losing all of their really
talent.
marquee players.
Yep.
Because they're a little bit older and like obviously they got to do what they got to do.
Oh, mate, it's a business. We
Yeah,
talked
and-
about it, you know, when they sacked Kevy. Like, unfortunately, like we talked about at the start, how professional the sport now is. And, you know, you can't go party during the week. And it
Yeah.
is, you know, you're living with Harry Grant and you're talking about nutrition. And it's like you're living and breathing the sport. It is everything. And, like, I understand why the Broncos had to do what they did, you know, with Sack and Kevin. And, you know, they are a business and they have shareholders, which are the fans, and they're the biggest club in the NRL.
Yeah.
They need results.
Yeah, and
you
that's
know.
the thing. You don't like as a collective, as a club, like you don't, the people pulling the strings, you don't see.
No.
So,
and they're and I know they always say it, on all these media podcasts and stuff, they say, a successful club starts at the top. You got to have those string pullers making sure they're making the right decision, and there isn't any drama at the top. It's a cohesive group, similar to you guys.
Yeah.
If the team is cohesive and you're fucking trying for something, you're going to have results. The Bulldogs this year with Stephen Crichton coming along, like how far they jumped. I mean, I famously said on this podcast at the start of the year that they were going to be bottom 4, and they ended up being, in the top 6. So it's so important.
Yeah, what they're doing is unreal.
Yeah,
Man.
Especially with all their their standards, you can tell they've got a real culture-driven desire at the moment.
But you can just tell they're a team too, man. Every try, everyone's getting around them. It's, some clubs I'm not going to name names, but it's just, man, what the fuck he's playing for? Are you rocking up for a paycheck or,
And you've got to find that something. And although this sort of goes away from what we were just saying, but for the Bulldogs, when fucking Stephen Crichton comes on the field, the amount of fucking morale and momentum.
The nest
they gather from him just being on the field is palpable through the fucking TV. Yeah. It's fucking insane. And I know you guys have such a strong organisation that there's not one player that does that, for you guys when you're on the team. Someone goes off, it doesn't even seem to fucking matter to you guys. Because everyone plays such a key important role, which is impressive to the Storm. We've said it before, the Storm is one of the most impressive sporting organisations fucking
ever.
Across leagues ever.
How did you find going there, bro? Especially going back and forth between Falcons at Q Cup level and then sort of back to Storm, or even just when you first went to Storm. Everyone talks about players go to this club and then they become something of their own. Once they're there, maybe for 1, 2, 3 years. Did you find when you went in there that obviously, did you know that you might have been subconscious? You're I'm in this oiled machine and I'm becoming a better player, better person. Or could you just, or was it just subconscious how good of staff and stuff they have around the club?
I think it's just a thing, what you put in is what you're going to get out. That's a big saying at a club is what you're willing to put into the club, the club's going to give back to you.
Yeah.
And you've got all the facility, all the tools there. We've got people like Billy Slater who still comes back.
He still does little fucking specialty sessions and shit.
You can take advantage of that.
Fuck yeah.
You've got one of the best.
He's wanting you to take advantage of it.
He does. He'll come and grab you. And it's daunting for especially for young players. Not many young players are going to go grab
Billy's fucking Slater.
And just be like,
Oi, Bill.
Yeah. Hey,
write us a poem, brother.
William, Billy the Kid.
William.
But if you're in in the back line, he'll go around to each one of yous, watch a few clips. He was watching clips with me and Nick during the year.
I heard he is meticulous with video, watches bulk.
He was just being oh, you're doing this really well. And it's not about what you're doing wrong. He'll tell you what you're doing right. And then he'll be I think you can do this a bit better.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because...
And is it stuff you don't realise yourself? Or is it stuff that you're fuck, I know I could do that better, but I just don't know how? And then he sort of comes along and be
it's
this?
It's stuff that not many people see. He'll just be I think you can get to that position quicker. And he'll say, and the reason for that is you can see, and then you can you're a voice to the inside because you're scanning while they're organising.
Yeah.
It's
depths to the game you can't see, brother.
We always talk about this podcast as depths to the games you can't see. And
he goes into so much depth. He's so good at picking apart the game.
He's it's 5 steps ahead of the next play.
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard, is that he is obsessed with it and just watches hours upon hours of video.
He'll jump in a few of our conditioning games. He'll be spraying you.
Oh,
and he's not even playing for a contract. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you walking? And then you're just sorry.
Yeah.
You don't want to upset
Bro,
someone.
some of the clips you see, he's still got it. He can still be playing, man.
I don't know how he can move laterally so good.
Yeah.
I don't think half our players can move like him still.
And he's ex-player.
Yeah.
Blows me away. Yeah, no, it's amazing because I watch a heap of podcasts, and analysts and all that sort of stuff. And there's stuff they talk about, and I go, fuck, I didn't see that. And I'm going, how the fuck do you guys see that? But
just
it just
their brains
takes
just wired different.
It is. And it's just that special brain, that special eye where you see stuff that, you can't even see. And then that's why they are so good at the game, is they can, pick apart those things.
Slater, Cam Smith, and Cooper Cronk were all on the same team. And then English joins the team, and it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
it's not even fair.
That was an era that was fucking
You put that spine in today's day, and they're killing everyone, probably other than Panthers. But
yeah.
but it's pretty crazy. Bro, you call Rocky home, but you grew up in Mackay. So, talking about Billy Slater there. So I know your heritage or one of your family are like Māori descent. Are you like committed as a Queenslander, born in Queensland, to represent, your state later on in your career, or have you sort of pledged to New Zealand? Or
no, I haven't pledged to anywhere. Just at the moment, I want to play the best footy for the club at the moment.
Yeah.
And whatever comes off the back of that,
We'll
obviously have those
from
discussions with like my family and some important people, but just at the time, I just want to make sure I'm performing well, and then whatever comes off the back of that.
Yeah. If an opportunity come up later, you would then sort of make your decision.
But
then.
I've grown up in Queensland, and I believe that Origin is like the pinnacle
of the game.
Of the game, like it's a game that everyone watches, and like
across the whole nation.
Yeah, exactly, and it's an atmosphere like
no other.
Being at the game, it's just. Can't compare. It's almost like AFL
surreal.
Down in Melbourne. The games down there are ridiculous.
Oh,
the
man.
atmosphere down there
at the MCG.
But I'd say the Origin is
beats
like competing, like
for sure.
Oh, it
it's
tops
either
it, bro.
competing or beating it.
It
like,
tops it.
Yeah.
It tops it.
But
Just
bro,
by a little bit, but it tops it.
Yeah.
It's weird, man, because then like AFL or Australian rules football as a game doesn't really have an international.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So club footy is the pinnacle, just winning a flag, man. Players always talk about winning a flag. That's the pinnacle.
That is their origin in a sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you think of other sports. You're saying you play union. No one gives a fuck about club union, but
all the state level
but
stuff.
But then 60,000 people rock up to watch the Wallabies play fucking whoever.
We had that infographic shared recently, and I went, "There's no fucking way they had 60,000 people there, but
strange.
they did."
It's and I think rugby's such a good game.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, like it's such a skillful game and tactical game
and entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it is, and it's just I don't know what's gone wrong.
But to the point I'm trying to make, man, it's weird how Origin is the pinnacle of rugby league,
but it's just
the sport, and no one really gives a fuck when the Kangaroos play. But there's such a discrepancy in you know what I'm saying, like
the Origin versus World Cup, for example. Like you would say, Origin's more of a pinnacle than
Pacific
World
Championships
Cup
had just been played. Like fucking, there wouldn't have been a tenth.
I think the viewership,
a tenth of the viewership watching Pacific Championship than Queensland versus New South Wales. It's weird how some sports have the international game. Like cricket is another prime example, bro. When Australia plays cricket, everyone watches Australia in a test match versus fucking whoever.
Yeah.
No one's going. Everyone goes. All those Australian players go back and watch fucking. They go back and play Sheffield Shield. They go back and play fucking state level cricket. Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria. No one fucking watches Sheffield Shield.
Unless it's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, unless you're at the
like who
stadium.
the fuck's watching club cricket? No one.
No.
Everyone watches Australia play cricket. Yeah. But what? It's strange.
Why is
how
there a discrepancy between like what's
in
more
rugby
important?
league?
Yeah,
That's the point I'm trying to make.
like why is there a discrepancy in what's important?
What's that? Sorry, mate.
We've got a little bit of horror. We've got a bit of sign language.
We got
live
Sign
audience
language
here.
going on between the live audience and the co-host here.
Oh, fuck.
No, that's good. And you did play one game for the Māori All Stars, bro. How was that? That was what, 20 last year or year before?
I think that was last year. I just wanted to touch on because I've never really dug into my mum's side of the family. because she's full moldy. And
Did you get the hucker down, bro?
No, I didn't. There's actually videos of me. So
Oh no!
I think I seen one on your Instagram where you're practicing it.
While I was in camp, they did just a run through because they're all full.
They've just given you a run through.
I'm in the back there wigging out. I'm stressing
Trying to
out
hide.
about the hucker, not the game.
Yeah, not the game. I'd be fucking stressing about the hucker too.
and
You
I'm
fuck
in
that
the
up,
back.
they're coming for you.
Just
And then-
stick your tongue out. You've got the tongue out the whole time. You're going,
And that's the thing. That's not like I can't. That's not like me. I'm a very
Yeah, reserved sort of
reserved
yeah.
type of person. So when you see me sticking my tongue out, there's a few question marks.
Do they when you go into that camp, are they saying like, oh, have you ever done this before?
Yeah,
or is it
no,
just,
that were really they.
good.
They
They're
helped me.
checking what's your level, beginner, intermediate, or advanced.
Yeah, and
from like Fisher Harris.
yeah,
level
put him behind
to
Fisher Harris.
Yeah, or whatever.
To Jack Howarth. Yeah.
Yeah, how well do you know the haka?
Oh my god.
And when we did a first initial practice, I was walking out the door and I got a tap on the shoulder from one of the staff, and we had these two young kids come in and they helped us learn about the culture. And they're going to come back to your room and teach you how to do the haka.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm sitting there doing it with them, and they're just scratching their heads, going,
Go on, mate.
they're going, you got a big body, but why are you doing it so small?
Yeah.
That little
you
soft
gotta
one.
get into it, mate.
I was
They're
just
going,
doing that.
mate, are you actually Kiwi or what?
And then as soon as I started practicing, I saw about 3 cameras just pop out the side of the doors, and they're all recording me doing
all
it.
the
What, boys for the
All
team?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but they were good about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was.
I'm thinking Buzz Rothfield's there with the camera going, oh, we've got Jack Howarth here, can't do the fucking.
There was a recent the Matty Johns and Cooper Johns just done a pod with Ponga, and they're sort of having a similar convo. And are you friends with Coops or Cooper Johns?
Yeah, I was pretty close to Coops.
Not gonna lie, I was
he-
stalking
he made
Instagram
it-
before this.
He made a
thing,
little.
and I
He
saw
made a
that.
little comment. Yeah, because I think Kalen was saying similar that he sort of hasn't got much into his culture as he'd like to, and then Coops made a comment that he's like, oh, it couldn't be any worse than Jack Howarth's haka. So he was throwing a little shade there. At you.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I don't want to learn about it. It's just that I haven't, I wasn't
Haven't
raised.
grown up with
No,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
wasn't raised in that environment because it's such a passionate culture.
For sure.
Like they live and breathe their culture and they can speak their language.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I was getting my uncle to do voice audios.
Yeah,
'cause you had to
nice.
say this thing called a pepe-ha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to fucking get
I
into
don't
it.
know. I forgot what it.
No.
You're just focused on the haka, bro.
Yeah, but it was like your tribe and all that stuff. And man, I was in my room just rehearsing it.
Yeah,
And then
because
I
you're
went
like,
You
I
would
don't
have thought
want
you
to
were
fuck
back at
this up.
school again, ready to do
Yeah.
a speech, eh?
Yeah, it was like you were getting ready to read an essay
test.
to the team.
English class, yeah.
Which I was not good at either. It was so illiterate.
Oh my
fucking
god,
hell.
that is unreal.
Nah, well, it sounds like, man, down the track, like if you get an opportunity, I know Nico Hines have said when he played, I think might have won the All-Stars, Indigenous All-Stars game. He
Digis.
didn't really know his heritage and stuff, but then got to embrace himself in the culture and that, and sort of hasn't looked back since. So I'm sure there'll be an opportunity, man, where that comes up down the track, eh?
Yeah, and that's the best thing about the All Stars thing. It's not about signing your allegiance or anything. It's just about you playing in that environment for your culture.
Yeah, just representing
Yeah.
where you
Because
come
when
from.
would you have got the opportunity otherwise? You probably wouldn't
Yeah, exactly.
have. Yeah,
And
and
it's
I
like-
think that's
and
what's... Yeah.
You signing your allegiance if you do take that opportunity, and it's like you don't, especially for someone in my position or someone who's raised in Queensland, but they don't want to write off
No.
that other side of their heritage. It just gives you that opportunity.
And that's what I love
Yeah,
about the
to do
game. Is
both,
it
yeah.
does
Yeah.
give you that opportunity. Is you know what? I fucking do want to know about this whole
Yeah.
other side of me that I wasn't raised in, but I want to know about it. And they've got 2 young guys coming up and being like, right, this is how we do the haka, mate. You fucking need to do it bigger. You're doing it too small. That sort of
Yeah.
thing. It's the same with Nico and all these other clubs.
But there's so many different versions of it too, man. That's what would
we
skip
learned a
you.
different one.
man.
I'm pretty sure we learned a different
What,
one.
they stitch you up?
No, it was
They've
just a
taught
di-
you the
it was-
different
no,
ones.
it was
what you
a
were doing on
different
field.
iterations
Yeah.
of
So
it.
many
yeah,
different-
right.
Yeah, it was just a
I
different.
know some of the words from the OG one.
Yeah, like the World Cup ones.
Yeah, but then you see them come out sometimes, and I'm like, what? This is completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
What I
the-
remember. Yeah.
It's just like even every like Aussie born kid, like when you're young fella watching, whether it's like Rugby Union World Cup or the Kiwis playing, like you just love it. It's just gives you goosebumps, and you're just watching it there. Like this is unreal. Even as someone who has no ethnicity from those countries.
I literally said today,
yeah.
literally said today in our group chat, the two things always give me goosebumps no matter how many times I see it. A cappella American national anthem fucking for an NFL game or whatever, and the haka, bro. There's just something about it. It's just so good, man.
Yeah. One of my most prolific memories is 2008 Centenary World Cup. Was the Australian team walking up on New Zealanders.
Is that when they walked up in the line?
They
or
walked
whatever?
up, and they ended up losing that game.
Bro, the girls for Pacific Championships, Jillaroos just played the Kiwi girls in the final, and the Kiwi chicks walked up on the girls.
Really? Yeah. Right. I didn't see that. I missed that.
I shit my pants, eh?
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
So intimidating, eh?
No, but seriously, that is one of my most prolific memories is them walking up on them and then losing. And I was like, the haka is no fucker.
No joke.
Don't fuck around with that.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Just back on Union for a sec. Like, I know you only played it just, at school?
I played a little bit, growing up for a few rep sides. I wouldn't say that, I know all the rules and
ins and outs,
Yeah, and, all the details about it.
Yeah.
But when I was playing at school, man, I loved it.
Yeah, because
it's a fun game.
That Union scene down in Brizzy is massive. There's thousands of people at every game.
10,000 people at one of our games.
Yeah.
And there's no stand.
At Bellymore?
No, just at our school.
Oh, fuck off.
They broke the fences.
Fuck off.
Isn't it just like a hill at BBC there?
Yeah, it's just a hill and a little stand. We get all our old boys in the corner.
Yeah.
I remember I scored in the corner and I looked up and it was the most electric feeling ever.
Yeah.
And everyone was out so we have a fence that goes around our field. People are out on the fence all just shaking the fence, ripping and tearing. And you walk around the school, you're a god there.
Yeah.
If you're on the first 15, you've got kids that you've never seen before that
Coming
just
up.
idolize you.
And just be hey,
And
Chicken.
chicken, mate.
that nickname didn't make it down there.
Yeah.
Bro, can we actually
Let's
get into that?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Can we get into that?
So that's from here.
Yeah, I used to run real weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Real weird.
never
So just fucking pigeon
that was
toes.
what
No,
it
I'm
was.
talking head bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, yes.
So, like a chicken or like the movie Chicken Run? Or you're not sure?
No,
it's
just
Chicken
head,
Little.
just head bobbing
You
a chicken.
Like chicken.
Yeah. Like, you know the movie Chicken Run? They're always fucking
Yeah, well, I don't know if
Doing
it was
the
about chickens running, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right.
At school, when I was at Emmaus, people didn't actually know my real name.
They called you
They genuinely just called me Chicken. It was a bit,
So good. So you're happy to leave that Rocky exclusive?
Yeah, when I
nickname
walked
then?
into, when I was going down to Storm when I was 16, I was doing 2 week things in school on my holidays, and Harry would be there calling me Chicken, and I'm just like, shut up.
Oh, yeah. Don't
up.
this to spread, yeah.
Fuck, that's good.
Nah, that's funny. So, and then playing in front of 10,000 people, did you find then when you played your first NRL game, was there any parallels there? I've already played in front of a crowd that's loud and passionate?
Yeah,
or?
I think my first NRL game, I think the build up to it was a bit I was very drained. I was organising my family and making sure I got tickets because it's you got to get names to a ticket.
Yeah.
And they got to sort it all out.
And my family's technology illiterate.
Not all families technology illiterate.
My old man had an iPhone 4, and the only reason he gave it up is because 3Gs or 4Gs
Stop, which is fucking last week. Yeah.
And the way he used to transfer money was he would call someone.
Wire transfer.
Yeah, he'd call the bank and just be like, "Oh, can you put this in my account?"
Jesus Christ.
Rocking up in the Cooper and a set of Roccos.
and he's still right,
The double pluggers.
He had the flip phone and he goes, "Yeah, 3Gs is out. I need a new phone."
I need a new phone, bro. This doesn't
that's
fucking
mostly
support
a
it.
good thing, bull.
Oh, that's fucking funny, bro.
Nah, mate. I feel like my dad was like that. He went on a month-long Bucks party up the Cape York last year, and for some reason the young fellas on him got him on fucking Snapchat.
That was my invite.
Yeah, they didn't want to die. So anyway, but he's now on Snapchat, and he's a big Snapchatter and fucking sends us videos all the time. But
that's weird, eh? That's weird. Like, yeah, I know.
That wigs me out.
I know older generation.
I'm not even friends with him on Snapchat.
I know people's parents that have Snapchat, and I'm like,
just doesn't sound right, eh?
Nah.
Yeah, that's funny. So your dad happy sticking to his little country lifestyle, eh?
Yeah, he is. He was raised up in a place called Collinsville. It's near Bowen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he grew up
Little
there.
mining town,
Yeah,
eh?
little lads. That's where we go up each year, and we go. He knows a few of the property owners, so we go fishing up there.
Yeah.
Clean up. And
got all the marks. Got all the marks, bro.
Yeah,
with his new sounder.
when he was in Sydney, man, he come up to me, he's bragging, and I was like, "How are you getting around?" He goes,
UHF, mate.
No, he goes, "I've worked it out." And I was going, "What?" He goes, "The trains." And he goes, "It's just like on your GPS, you just read the map." And I've gone, "Bull."
Bull fucking shit.
I've worked it out. Like he's cracked the Da Vinci Code.
Cracked the code, bro.
I've worked it out, boy.
He comes up to me and goes, "This is just the icebreaker," he reckons. Because he didn't come, they weren't coming down to my games because it was like a big deal for him to come. Of
course.
Flying and all that.
And mate, he's leaving the farm.
Yeah.
He's got fucking cattle to feed, water to check.
He's got like
all
1,000 puppies at the moment. So.
Yeah, they're all fucking looking for food. And mate.
There's no fucking water divining down in Melbourne, bro.
No.
And I'm sure is he one of the guys that goes, "Oh, it's better watching it on the telly anyway." Like,
Oh no, he doesn't mind coming to the game.
He doesn't mind
My granddad's like that though.
yeah, okay.
Like I played up in actually no, he come to Townsville, but he didn't come into the stadium. He went to the pub there.
That's so good.
That is so good.
He comes to Townsville.
Come all that way just to watch it.
I've
in the pub.
I've called him. I go, "Oh, I'm so grateful you come to the game." And he goes, "Yeah, I was just in the pub watching it."
And he's going, "Well, mate, there's
hot-
fucking lineups at the Wazoo at the stadium. I get a fucking schooner every 5 minutes."
They're charging $12 a beer there, can't?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's golden.
The oldies. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they're pretty funny, eh?
Bro, my old boy still calls it Lang Park, like Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah.
He still refers to it as Lang Park
Yeah.
because he grew up in a little country town just out of Brizzy called Kingaroy on a dairy farm, and he still
Just things stick with them, eh?
Yeah.
They just
Oh,
can't. They
yeah.
can't venture
Set
out
their
of
ways.
Yeah, they can't venture out of it.
No way.
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Now,
golden.
something I did want to get into. Is there any other sports you're into? Because I did the crazy ex-girlfriend thing last night and went through all your following and went through all your posts because I was a little bit like scared about the whole interview or, conversation. I was like, fuck, we know nothing about this bloke. Like, I need to fucking go.
Well, he definitely
deep
likes
dive
fishing. We know that.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
the
not-
fishing thing, and that's why I asked you about fishing earlier.
Well, it's only exclusively when you come back here is like when you're big into fishing.
No, I've seen
fish
him fishing
everywhere.
down fucking
how's
Victoria.
how's the fishing in Melbourne going,
Oh, it's
mate?
different. It's
Yeah,
different.
it's been
It's a
different.
lot different. Not as good as up here, but I don't know. I'm not passionate about other sports. Like a lot of the boys love the NBA, NFL, all that. I can't get around.
I
it,
know
eh?
one you're passionate about. The UFC.
Here we go.
Cunt.
You're on the wrong profile, bro.
I'll watch it with the boys, but I'm like,
You follow Bellator MMA. I don't even know. Brody doesn't even follow Bellator MMA.
Yeah.
I follow like 5,000 people.
Oh, yeah, I did see
I don't-
that. Oh, I went
honestly-
through all 5,000.
Yeah.
He's trying to grow his profile, bro.
Yeah,
he does
no,
that.
no,
He does it. He
actually-
does the follow then unfollow.
Yeah.
No.
Trying to grow the profile.
No, I'm too lazy to go through it all. I started, did like 200, and I just gave up.
Need a big cull, eh?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
I
your
follow,
missus
like,
hasn't told you need to do a big cull.
No,
Yeah.
I've been ripped a few times. And it's like people that don't even follow me. I'm just like, oh, it's pretty embarrassing.
Why are you following her, Jack?
Yeah. But like, I used to ride scooters. I still follow like people who ride scooters and stuff. And
Well, on the razors, bro.
no,
But,
I was
like-
up there. I was on the Apex.
Yeah,
Fuck the
nice.
razors.
Yeah.
Mayors boy for sure.
Yeah.
Mate, I was at
What's
home.
to go with the Mayors and scooters?
Oh,
Like,
dude, I
there's
used to
like a
live at the
massive
skate park.
parallel.
Bro,
yeah.
I was OG scoot. How old are you, bro?
22.
Yeah, I'm 34, man. I started this scooter shit in this town, bro.
Oh, here we go,
Bro, I
Steve-o.
used to
Fuck me.
bro, I was OG scooter kid, making fucking sponsor tapes, bro.
Yeah.
Doing at the Marta Hospital, going down the 5-stair, fucking double whip.
Did you used to like? Were you still riding with like Cooper, Smith, and
Bro.
And Travis Eastman were all right.
Yeah, bro. Well, I was a little bit. I'm a little bit older than those boys, so yeah. 20. You wouldn't know. Would you know Reese Adams? Maybe
It does ring a bell.
Yeah.
He's way too young for Reese.
Yeah,
So,
but
I mean,
Reese-
I was at the skate park from young, and I used to just look up to all of them, mate.
Yeah.
On the
I used to-
scooter.
dude. I used to think that if you rocked with a scooter and there was someone who could backflip there,
Bro, Reese could,
Bro,
Reese
They were
could
a god.
backflip out of the quarter pipe, and
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I taught this cunt how to
Yeah.
fucking tail, bro. Literally,
You taught Ned Brockman how to run across Australia.
hand on my heart, because I knew his sister. Hand on my heart, rocked up there one night for like a little drinks. Reese's out there on his scooter. I broke his fucking scooter because I was doing a 180 whip. Yeah, because I'm mad cunt out on the out
Have you got the
in
camera
Archer
on
Street.
him right now? Yeah.
Hand on my heart, bro. Broke his scooter. Bought him a new scooter. Next time I seen him, he's doing backflips out of the quarter pipe at Northside.
Yeah, PCYC.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one you used to run? That like hectic one over
we used
there?
to sneak in to get the mats out of there.
Yeah.
The gymnastic mats. And everyone's
Yeah.
trying to backflip on.
Yeah, so you can
nice,
just fucking
nice.
Yeah.
bang, land
Yeah,
on
that's
them,
cool.
no dramas.
That's cool. And do you hand yourself as a golfer, bro? Or
I do play, not good.
because I know a lot of the or just NRL boys in general, it's like it's like their side sport that they're almost just as competitive at than fucking.
And I know like Money
their main crop.
and Harry Grant and Pappenhausen.
Yeah,
they
who's
all
the
sort of
handiest
play.
golfer
Oh,
down
Jerome.
there?
Harry's not in
apparently-
that category.
Yeah,
He is or
Jerome
he's
loves
not?
it.
He's not.
Nah.
No, Jerome loves it though.
Yeah, Jerome Paps and Money and Christian Welsh and
Yeah.
Pezzett.
Yeah.
Young Pezzett, they're all guns.
Love it.
Oh, Meanie too.
Yeah,
Meanie would
right.
be the best at the club. He's
Really?
he's low key.
Do people
Fuck.
ever think that you look like Nick Meaney?
No.
No.
Because so
an
basically,
insult.
what you need to know about me
this
is
cunt
like,
is like dyslexic in words and visuals.
visuals. Like I've got this real bad
so-
problem where like when we watch a game, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's fucking Sean Bloor, and it'll be
Bro.
Falongo. Yeah,
That was
or-
a classic one.
Yeah,
when we were
that was a
fucking
classic one.
watching the storm.
Man,
Can't
this
remember if
cunt
you were
with
playing that game.
names is just...
and faces.
I'm surprised he didn't call you Jack Hogwarts or something tonight, bro. Like,
Literally, yeah.
fuck, man.
disrespecting
Yeah,
like that, but
he'd say, "Oh, is your nickname Rooster?" Or
there's
Yeah.
a compilation over because I've been on here since episode 35. Now we're at episode 98. Yeah. And pretty much every single episode, I have come up with some sort of version of a sports person's name that is not their name.
My mum does the exact same thing.
Really?
Exact same thing.
Okay, well, now I don't feel so bad.
She'll be naming people. I'm like, who is that? And then I'll name it. It's completely different. It kind of annoys me.
Yeah. Like I was calling Carlos Alcaraz from tennis like Carlo Alcatraz for like ages,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Cunt, you know it's Alcaraz." I'm like, "Oh fuck, sorry." And there's just been a heap.
some of them you say 'em, if we didn't pull you up, you would just like that's
Think
just
that-
what
I would
you
think that was their name. Yeah, you boys pull me
but
up,
like
which is
you've just
good.
made it up. Like you've heard it said correctly, but you'll just say it a certain way and then like think it's correct. But
Yeah, I'll come up with like a variation of it.
A variation, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty funny. Nah, no, it's just I always see it must be pretty popular now in all sort of NRL clubs playing golf because like a few of the Cows boys have their own little golf.
Shako was
Big
just with
Chatty,
Hesse
Townsend
and-
Well,
Yeah.
Sammy Murphy just
yeah.
sucked
What
that
was
big putt
what was that golf
in
day? That
Townsville.
was
That was a Cowboys golf day.
yeah, was it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's
pretty cool.
Shako's always playing golf with Hesse and all those boys, yeah.
Well, I only love it because, like, across all sports, it seems to be the collective sport that, like, NBA, NFL, AFL, NRL, soccer, like, all these people that play professional sport, they all seem to gravitate towards golf.
I think because you can just play it from as soon as you like can walk till like as long as
You're
you're
as
nearly
old as
in a
fucking the
wheelchair.
hills.
Like it's one of
Yeah.
those sports you can play your whole life. It's very competitive and it's like handicapped in a way that you could be good and I'm shit. But if we
The
both
new
got
president,
handicaps,
actually, I don't want to say his name because I know we'll get, like, hindered. He mentioned that, like, it's good because it's handicapped.
yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you can be a gun, but, like, you've got a handicap then. And
And it makes it interesting.
Yeah, it makes it
Yeah, yeah,
interesting
yeah.
because, like, you can get close to
Whereas
beating
most
this
other
person.
sports, if you're versing someone in
That
some
was that Sean
respect-
Connery clip I sent through.
Which one?
Sean Connery. That,
I know Sean Connery.
yeah. Give it a go. Give us a impersonation.
Oh, no, not that one.
It was nearly there.
I should not have said the clip I was about to say, but yeah.
He was probably about to quote another another person from another movie.
No, I
thought it was Sean Connery.
I'm not going to do that.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Nah, Jesus
fuck it up.
Well, fuck. Do we have anything else, boys? I just want to know who's the biggest pest in the team for Storm out of all the boys, or is it someone you've lived with?
I was pretty bad at one stage.
True.
Self-nominate.
Yeah.
Chicken's the pest.
And I don't want to be that guy, but I was pretty bad.
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know. I just didn't take anything seriously, and the boys would be having a serious chat, and I would just be like, "Oh, that's a Dory." Dory's a shit story.
Yeah.
And like,
John Dory.
Yeah,
John Daly.
in our group chat, like you can react on the WhatsApp. You know, you can react with an emoji.
Yeah.
People would just react with like the book.
Nice.
So I'm relentless. I'm
Long
just
story,
everyone be like,
mate.
"Oh, let's get brekkie, bang, Dory."
That's good, actually.
So you've taken over the cheeses position in the team as just like major pest.
He was more in person. I'm more of an
online. Yeah.
keep
You're
it
younger,
going.
see? Yeah.
Cyberbullying.
Actually, there is one question we do have for you. We've got this theory that has been the overarching theme of the podcast.
Yes, I like you've brought this up.
We think that there is a strict line between your generation and our generation. And we have one question for you. Do you know what LimeWire is?
LimeWire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. He's with us.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Wow, that is the first
That's
one ever.
surprising because my
Wow, what is
I
LimeWire?
don't.
Okay. There we go. See, as soon as you ask the question, what is it? No, I actually don't know what it is.
because it's like a sharp, like in this current year 2024. Yeah, you've got if you're 24 years old or 23.
Yeah, because we got boys that are mates with the
you
group.
might
and
know
they're a bit
about if you're
younger.
23, but if
Yeah.
you're any younger,
Is it like an app?
it's
Oh my
like
God.
No, bro.
Holy fuck, you
man,
don't know what it is.
just
Jesus
quick
Christ.
lesson here. So like before, like digital music platforms like Spotify and all that. So if you wanted to listen to music, you would go into a store, buy a CD like So Fresh or an actual album, put it in like a Walkman player, plug your headphones in to listen. But then as that evolved, there was like iPods and stuff, and iTunes. That was like
You know Pirate
revolutionary.
Bay? Do you know Pirate
This is
Bay?
about to say Pirate Bay, where people used to illegally
Yeah,
download
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
It was the music version of that. So you would jump
Oh,
on
yeah.
Chris Brown, Yeah 3X, Akon, Lonely.
Hey, you would download these
50 Cent
MP3s to your MP3 player.
into club. You would download them and illegally download them. Then you could like drag them on your computer to your iPod.
So
and-
like iTunes. Did you use
Yeah, exactly
yes,
the
yes.
same, bro.
it was
Yeah.
before
The
iTunes.
only difference was
Yeah.
this thing used to absolutely gorilla fuck your computer. And when you used it, you had to like tell your parents because it would cut off their landline.
Yeah.
And so like they would try and if you were upstairs in the computer room or whatever, downloading fucking Akon Lonely and
Sexy
right
bitch.
now, nah, sexy
Yeah.
bitch. You know,
on
that
the
sort of
island,
shit.
I just had
She'd
sex.
try and ring her
Music
friend.
video, but
She'd try and ring her friend and then the line. She'd pick up the phone and he'd be like, bam, bam, bam. Are you on the computer?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, fuck, sorry,
gave
mum.
your computer legit
AIDS,
AIDS.
yeah.
Legit, eh?
Then
It'd
you'd
just be
yeah.
full you'd start it up. You'd take 45 minutes to get going.
Oh.
As soon as you open up Internet Explorer, all these pop-up ads like for
Yeah,
all the
it's
raunchiest
fucked.
things you've ever conceived. Yeah,
Because you could get that you could use to download porn on there as well. Like before you even knew that.
Well,
you
we
could
never
access-
did that.
Well,
That's
we were
your
like 10.
spec.
Oh, well,
You were
I
like-
did.
Yeah, you were a bit older. We were not even thinking that. We were trying to
Bro.
play the under 10s.
The amount
NRL
of
grand
times
final.
my fucking parents had to take the tower into the computer shop was
Yeah.
like baffling. It was
And
like,
did you
once
ever
a
go in?
fortnight.
Did you ever go in and see the IT guy and your parents stepped away and he's like, can't stop looking at fucking
Stop using LimeWire.
fucking using
But
LimeWire.
Napster was the OG. That's,
Yeah,
Napster.
it's like MySpace and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm yet to be proven wrong with that theory.
That's
so-
a great. Honestly, mate, it is one of the greatest theories I've ever heard because
then
he
it-
just fucking proved it.
Yeah. Nearly got us with a good one.
I know. That's what I was like, okay, so actually, what is it? Yeah.
He is media trained. Storm.
Yeah,
They're
it's
doing
media
well.
trained, yeah. Listen, well, that's it for episode 98.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thanks for coming on. Hope you had a nice little trip back up in the beef capital. Back
How
in the
long are you
hometown.
back, bro? How long are you staying?
So I'm off till the 4th.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick around.
Fuck yeah.
I'll have to head back soon because my little brother's moving up with me. Oh, moving down with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a fucking...
Yeah, he's going on like he's only 17.
He's the newest Jet Cleary.
Bro, he's bigger than me.
Fuck off.
Taller
Is
than me.
he?
Get fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's only 80 kilos.
No, he's 100.
Fuck off!
Yeah, what's his name?
Righto,
What's
heard
his
it here
name?
first,
Frank.
Scouts, get
Frank.
involved.
Yeah, Frank Howard.
Frank
Howard.
Rooster Howarth.
Look, listen, I know we share the same name, but Frank's a fucking tough name.
Yeah.
That's a fucking good
His
name.
Your dad come up with that name.
Frank
for
the
sure.
Tank.
Yeah,
Here's his
tank.
middle name. It's Headley.
Frank
Headley
Headley Howard. Fuck. Frank the Tank.
That's a good, honest fucking country rugby league name.
Oh,
if
fuck
I've ever heard one.
Up there with the Postacoglu's and the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
Kokonarkises.
Yeah, all the rest. And
The Kyrioses.
so will this be your first genuine NRL preseason, or have you done like a proper one before?
No, I've done 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they pretty much-
get 9 weeks off, but because that means I'd only get 1 week of preseason, I was just like, I'll come back a week early, so I get
Fuck
2.
yeah, bro.
do
Belly
all the
ankle love
boys
that.
do all the boys like rock up December 4th, or is it like
January
different.
4th.
It's,
Oh, December 4th. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck,
if you
sorry.
play World Cup, obviously you come back
Sorry,
later.
sorry.
But if you've done 4 NRL preseasons, you get 9 weeks off. But if you haven't, you get 7.
Yeah, right.
So
Because you got to
So
be
you get
ready.
the 9, but you're going to go back. a
yeah,
week
just
early.
because it's like 1 week of preseason.
Like I
before
said,
Chrissy is in March.
Belly ache will love that. Oh, yeah, Jackie's fucking back a week.
Yeah, Jackie
Absolutely
boy.
blowing my guts off.
Good on you, bro. Yeah, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, brother.
Thanks for
Great
having me,
chatting to you.
lads.
Yeah, really
that was
appreciate it, bro.
Really, really good.
We'll have to get you back when you
When
Yeah,
you win the GF next year,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, which we're fucking. I'm going to put some money on it now. But,
Well,
yeah.
get ready to lose it.
no, he's got one, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
Right, boys.
Thanks, boys. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye bye.